Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I'm Mansa, and I know it's been a while. Glad you guys are back to see me in action again. And today we're doing something a little different. We're going to review, preview, and try out a game called New World by Amazon. A lot of people doubted it and said, it's not going to make it. I played it as one of the beta testers. I was chosen to be one of the what they call the New World Creator Program, part of the New World Creator Program, and I'm going to give you my take on the game and what I feel about it. So let's just jump right into it right now. First off, I like to talk about the character creations in this. They give you a lot of options on skin tones and the hairstyles, and up until recently, there weren't many options for everyone. I'll just put it that way. Now they put more inclusive options in there, as far as complexions and hairstyles, or whatever. Because I like to make a character that looks like me while I'm playing the game, and not have slick hair because I don't have slick hair. So they did that. One thing I don't like about it, and I hope they put it in when the game goes live, is they didn't put sliders in to adjust the body size and or the height, and that's important because I don't really feel a game where everybody's the same size in the cookie cutter mode, and the women look like men most of the choices or whatever until you see that they have breast on their armor or whatever. Outside of that, again, like I said, I think it's a good deal that they put into it. They put a lot of work into this. The graphics on it, I think, are phenomenal for the times that we're playing, whatever. And I'm only playing on high. I'm not even playing on ultra. I hope it shows up better on this video when you guys look at it when I'm finished rendering and everything. But it looks great on my screen. And I'm using a 1080 NVIDIA 1080 card. I'm not using one of the 3060s, 3090 jammies, or whatever. Nothing against people that can afford it. That's great. Me, I just don't see spending the money on it right now. Maybe in the future. Again, though, I think they did a good job on the character creations, and let's hope it just continues to get better from that. Now, this game reminds me a lot of Warhammer. It has a lot of features like that because you can do siege attacks, siege defenses, and that's something I loved about Warhammer, and haven't really seen done successfully ever since then. And so are the people I know that play games and played at the time I was playing. And I've been playing for several years. Not gonna get into how long, but been playing for several years. Um, Again, it has a lot of good features. Crafting is really good in it. But let me get back to let me get back to the appearances. I put a little scar on my guy, so he looks like he's a little battle worn. He looks like an older, wiser guy. He's been in a few fights before, so it's not like this is something new to him. You can even shoot some tattoos. Put a little face paint on. Look like this and that. You know, so. Just want you guys to see how that works. Whatever. I know. Okay, maybe it's a little overkill. Now you start out in the starting area on the beach. I skipped the whole tutorial thing because I didn't want to give away what that looks like. I don't want to give away too much of what the game actually looks like for those of you who are going to play. There's plenty of videos up that are showing battles and showing what's going on and how to build your character. If you want to look at those, that's fine. I mean, I've looked at a lot of good information out there, but I think a lot of people would rather enjoy just knowing, well, how is the game, and did people like it or whatever, and what do I think, and how they rated it, as opposed to showing me the whole game and coming in like, oh, I've been here, I've played this already, and you know. Now, here's another thing I don't like about the game. While I like the fact that you port in this little starter beach or whatever, you got a quest giver over here. If you want to join into this game with your friends or party members, it's not going to happen so easily. There's no place to say, well, I'll port to the part you are, because there's like several places on the same map that are given the same quest. So when we both log in, or the three of us log in at the same time, we may be put in three different places. You may get lucky, and one or two you may be put in the same place. But from what I found, is that the only way to work together, to get to work together as a group, is to finish the quest and the starter quest that you're given alone, and then when you reach a certain level, you can meet up into a city that furthers you into new quests. The other way to do it from the very get-go, if you guys log in together, you can go to the quest giver, and this guy will give you a quest. You don't want to take more than the first quest. Not this guy. That's just another random player here, whatever. There's a guy over here somewhere. Yeah, this guy. Now he'll give you a quest. You take the first quest he gives you, and you complete that, and you bring it back to him and turn it in. And what's going to happen is when you look in your map will show you 4 new points on the map. It shows like with a triangle with a stick under it or whatever. It'll show you 4 new points, and you can choose the point where your buddy is at. You'll have to run there to do it. Now that's the tricky part: running there and not getting killed by the wildlife or whatever that's out there. The wildlife, or yeah, I'm not going to give away what's out there, but you don't want to get killed doing that. Or if your buddy's a high level, say he's been playing a few days and he's a level 12 or 14, he could meet you somewhere or come to your point and nah, that's not gonna work. But you go to his point, and then you can start doing quests in that area where that's once you finish doing. Well, actually, like I said, no, you're not doing the tutorial. No. You're now taking quests, but you only want to take the first quest. If you turn that in and take the second quest, you won't see those 4 points on your map. So just do the first quest, turn that in. You'll see the points on the map. You choose the point where your buddy's at. You go there, and then you continue the quest. Now, this happens to be one of my buddies. This is after the fact, so I just kind of skipped through it or whatever. This is one of my buddies. We met up by doing this or whatever. So now they're taking quests in my starter area, and then we can continue from there.
Well done, my
Um,
friend.
yeah,
It
blah
has
blah
looked
blah.
to
You
be
talk to this guy. Now you can do
some
more
effort.
quests. He's going to
Those
send you
wolves
somewhere
can
else.
put up quite
We
a
actually
fight.
end up running to another
I
point
can
or whatever.
assure you that your
They
reward will
decided they
be
need to cook some
fine
food on
meal
the
and
fire over there
honey.
for some unknown reason. I don't know. Oh, okay. Now that I've advanced a few levels and got me some, like how they say, I'm going to show you my age now. I got some dope hype fresh gear. That's what the cool kids said back in the days. Anyway, I got some new gear on, as you can see or whatever. I'm a level, what level am I here? I don't know. I'm like a level 14, so I can't see as you. Oh, there it is, 15. It's down at the bottom of the screen. I'm level 15, and I'm doing a quest where I have to kill this bear. And I'm like, it's just a bear. This isn't my first time running into him because some of the creatures are a lot easier to kill. And then you go into some of these quests or whatever, and it's an overpowered character that if you're not prepared for it, you'll get wiped. Which is going to bring me to another point before I go any further, setting up a camp. I'll show you what it looks like after this fight or whatever. You set up a camp. This way, all right. Let me go back. You set up the camp before you start a fight with an unknown enemy of this size and magnitude or higher levels than what you are, in anticipation that when you go in there and you fight him, he kicks your ass and you die. In that case, you may have to run back a long way back to the town where you started at or whatever, and it takes a lot of time to do that. You can't just like port back to where you died. But the one saving grace is you can build a campfire. You can if you had the materials, and everybody's gonna have them because anything you can buy in this game, you can create if you want to. It'll save you a lot of time to pick up one in the beginning and start crafting. So anyway, you set up a campfire. If Big Ben or Yogi Bear over here kills you, once he kills you, you can then choose where you spawn back to if you have a campfire. Otherwise, it's only going to give you the town where you got the quest from in the first place, which is a million miles. So we'll just show you how I survived this fight because I'm so elite with my healing staff, because that's usually the choice for me in a game, where be a healer or save the world and all this kind of stuff. But fortunately for me, there's someone else in here who took most of the aggro. I was able to throw some heals on him, keep him alive. I got in there my rapier, which is my weapon of choice. Rapier and the life staff. You need a life staff if you want to be a healer in this game. So for those of you going in and think that you choose a healing class, there's no such thing. You either choose a weapon that makes you a tank, weapons and armor, or you choose a weapon that makes you a healer, or you choose one that's like somewhere in between. That you can cast spells like a flame staff. You can cast like fire spells and other abilities. So that's pretty much what it's like to kill Yogi Bear inside this den. His name's not really Yogi Bear. I just thought that was funny. Ha 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 ha. So now, moving right along, and this is how you build a campfire. Like I said, you gotta have the materials. You'll be able to chop down trees, logging, and get flint from stones that are around. And it's real simple and flawless. Whatever. You can go here and you can rest, or you can even craft food at your campfire, I believe, and like anything that requires a fire. And then you can get going from there. Now, okay. The thing that I love the most about this game, though, is the PvP in the game. You have to obtain a faction at a certain level. I think it's between 8 and 10. You can choose a faction. You can be like right now I'm Syndicate. Then you got Marauders. Sorry, but I forgot. the name of the last one. There's three different factions, and this is the keep that we own currently. We're the purple guys. So we're currently we own the town that I'm in, which is Windswood. When you look on your map, you'll see a big purple glow around it. You'll see others that have green on them. And when you're flagged for PvP, you can enter this at any time. You have to be flagged for PvP to get in it. I went in here one time with a friend of mine. We were goofing around, trying to show off the place or whatever, and weren't paying attention, and we got ganked because the enemy can also get in here if they're flagged. They snuck up on us and murdered us in the neck. So anyway, this is the flag that we just saw in the center. This is what we're protecting. Now you have within this fort or siege or whatever, you have different points that have ridiculously large weapons. You have cannons. You got repeaters. You got this area here where you can replenish the ammunition, I believe in the fuel that you need or whatever. And you'll have like, from what I've seen, it looks like hundreds of people, but I think it's like 20 versus 20. Haven't done it yet. Didn't get that far because unlike a lot of people, I wasn't grinding out just to do PvP. I was trying to grind everything out to experience this game. I mean, you can go fishing, you can make clothing, you can make your armor, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. So anyway, this is what it looks like, and this reminds me so much of Warhammer. Not exactly the same thing, but we did have a huge keep in there that you had to defend. I've seen some guys' videos where they like, oh, we're gonna go in there, we're gonna attack them because we're smarter and stronger than they are, and they're out in the field. Mind you, these giant cannons are shooting at them from out in the field. They also have their people in here behind the walls that are casting abilities, casting spells on them and shooting at them with muskets and so forth. And they go long range. So I've seen them get wiped in no time, thinking that it was going to be a simple task to go in here and just take over the fort. So you got to come prepared. You got to come correct, and that requires somebody with some knowledge of PvP and leadership as far as running this. Now, like I said, I didn't say, but I am a guild leader. Guild currently, the name is Knights of the Turntable, or KOTT. And again, my name is Mansa. Some people like to call me Sir Mansalot since it's the turntable, but no, that's not happening. Anyway, this is my guild that I'm in. So if you like this video, before we go any further, like and subscribe it. Join in on me some other time and such. But getting back to that, sorry, the phone interrupted me. That's the flag down there. So we have to defend that because they break down the door. If they do get lucky enough to get in here, or if they kick our behinds because we're not strong enough, they take that flag, it becomes their keep. And so now we have to hang our heads in shame because we lost it. But all in all, it's a lot of fun. I really don't care if I win or lose while doing it. Okay, I care. I want to keep my town and my keep, of course. But it's the fun of it, getting in there and battling and showing off your abilities. Like I would be taxed with throwing heals down and keeping the masses of the people, namely alive, namely the tanks and the people who are keeping them out. Not just myself. A lot of people who get carried away when they're healers and they just keep themselves alive. So they go, I didn't die in the fight. No, but that's not your job. Is to keep the party alive, not just yourself. So yeah, this is what we do. This is what it looks like, and so you got to see a little bit of that, and I love it. I love this part of it. A lot of people are complaining about it. They don't think it's this. They don't think it's that. A lot of people think this is Fortnite, or they're expecting Fortnite, or they're expecting something else from another period or whatever. But like I said, I've been doing this a long time, and while WoW is a great game, and while Star Wars is a great game, and Final Fantasy, I've played a lot of different games. And one that was closest to my heart was Warhammer because of the PvP that was in it. And this comes close to it. There's other games coming out that may match it. That remains to be seen. I have to test them in the future. Now, that door you see in front of me, that's the door I have to bang down to get in. I just zoom past it with my camera. But anyway, yeah, so that's what that looks like. And in a moment, we'll go out and we'll see what's going on in the real world. Um, Oh, to level, the fastest way that I found to level in here is to do quests from the town board, the mission board. Grab those quests and take whatever, if it's killing rabbits or goats, because you're going to be running around through all of this stuff and you'll see these things, rabbits and pigs and wolves. So if you got the quest, you kill them while you're doing it. You could turn in all the quests that you did while trying to get to the keep, or trying to get to a new land to explore, or whatever, or while you're fishing or whatever. And you turn them in, and they give you a large amount of points. Because a lot of people went from like level 8 to level 60 in 3 or 4 days. Me, not so fortunate because I'm busy out here exploring and making sure my gear looks right. That's important to me. And what can I say? I'm from New York, and the gear has to be fresh. So do people still see fresh anymore? I don't know. Anyway, keep showing my age. Dope? No, that's out too. But anyway, and I say anyway a lot. I know. Look at the repeaters up there. That really looks nice. I just got to keep showing this keep off because it's just so amazing to me. The work they put into it. Look at the graphics. Look at the sky. I mean, everything in here. I ran into some bison the other day, and they were frolicking in the grass. What do you see a game where the animals are frolicking? I mean, he's literally jumping up and down playfully, and then laying in the grass on his back. And then I killed him. I kind of felt bad for him, but he had to die. He was part of my quest. I just had to do it. It was important, but not that important. Also, as far as taking quests when you're in the town, once you gain a faction, there's a faction board from the person who you belong to. Like I got to go to the person for the syndicate, and they give us quests to follow it. We're kind of like spies and people that go out and listen for things, whatever. So I go out, kill stuff around these boxes that I got to look into and see what the information is. Bring it back, get points for that. But you got to do these quests and crafting. Crafting is key. While you're crafting, while doing the mission board. I mean, I'm just saying this for the people who really want to level. Some people really like crafting and gathering stuff out there. Like I got friends that I consider it flower picking. It's no offense to them. I say it as a term of affinity. But yeah, everywhere they go, they got it. I could laugh about it, but they're higher levels than I am right now because they've been doing this stuff and they know more about what needs to go into whatever. And the other thing about it is while you're crafting, while you're building things, it goes to the town. I mean, the town that you've taken over. All of these things, like the wood that you gather, the stones, part of those quests, you have to turn them in. And the town actually uses this to build houses, to set it up as a keep, and all of these things you need. I've been to towns that are similar because they're pretty much all the same. The 4 or 5 that are on the map or whatever. And some of them don't have anything in them. They have no houses. They don't have the stations aren't set up like for crafting the way this one is. When you look at the traders board, you want to buy clothing or weapons, there's nothing there because nobody's building anything. That's another thing. On the trading board, on the town you're in, you will only be able to purchase things that are in the town that you're in. Like if you see a whole bunch of armor and weapons in that town, like I'm in Windsworth, plenty of them. I go to another town, and I may not see anything in that town because there's nobody building anything there, nobody crafting, nobody owns it yet or whatever, that kind of thing going on or whatever. So, but you can look on the map in the town you're in to the other towns to see what they have. And so if you see something that's lacking in your town, yeah, you can run to that town and purchase it. Even though you don't have it. Yeah, that's what I like about it. Now this is what I call the Terminator move, and you do this and you port back to where you started from. They call it the Terminator. That's fast travel is what it is though. Fast travel is something in the game, and that's pretty much the things I like and don't like. Let's see, did I leave anything out? The porting. Yeah, that's fast travel. You can do that when you're within in a town. If you claim the inn, like you go and register yourself in an inn, you can fast travel to that inn, and you can fast travel to several other points. Not exactly too sure, so I'm not even gonna lie to you how that works or whatever. Um, yeah, and this game, like I said, I love the game. It has a lot of potential. I didn't even find a lot of jokers and griefers in the game. You find people saying a lot of nonsense, but nothing was really like too offensive. People were being cool, working with each other, and because I think people are happy with the fact they got PvP. If they want, if they want to let us with Steam or whatever, you can go out there and find other people that are flagged, and you can attack them or whatever. You don't have to standing around town and saying things about people and being ridiculous and being offensive or whatever. So, that's how I feel about it. That's what I think about it. Like I said, like and subscribe, leave comments, let me know what you think about it, whatever. We could talk about it. The game goes live on the 31st. Today is the 2nd, and it goes down, and I'm a little bit sad about that. No, I've had my fun with it. I really did. I enjoyed it, and I hope to see a lot of you in the game when it comes out. Until then, peace and blessings. Ready to let go. You decide if you're ever gonna